Lionel Messi or Erling Haaland? Who will win the Ballon d'Or? Finally, the time is near. Football's most prestigious award is up for grabs once more in 2023. This season, our footballers have shined bright once more. But if we're being honest, no one has shined brighter than these two players who have been nothing but outstanding. Stick around to find out who has more of a chance to claim football's most precious prize. Now, while you click that subscribe button, I got one more question for you. Will Lionel Messi win his 8th Ballon d'Or? Although Messi has said in recent interviews that he wouldn't prefer to win it again, his performances on the pitch say otherwise. During the World Cup in Qatar, Messi ran it back once more to prove to everyone that although he's been relatively quiet for Paris Saint-Germain, his class is still very much permanent. With Messi finally winning the World Cup, it was his way of silencing the ops who claimed he was quote-unquote finished. You dare question Messi at your own peril, fool! I mean, this guy ran it back to his Barcelona days. Creativity, dribbling, chance creation, leadership. Messi was literally the whole package for Argentina in their World Cup dominance. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame ya. They say men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. 7 matches, 7 goals, and 3 assists. So, I mean, it's no surprise if Leo ends up claiming his 8th award. After all, winning the World Cup is the cream of the crop when it comes to football. I mean, just look how beautiful the trophy looks, bro. I bet it feels better than the first time I went to second base. Surely it must, right? Otherwise, why else would Messi have it firm in his grip and take it absolutely everywhere, even sleeping with it? But hey man, congrats to Messi, and congrats to Erling Haaland too. You see, when Erling Haaland first arrived at Manchester City, he had everything. You know, luscious hair that's better than Princess Rapunzel, the body of a Nordic god, impressive goal-scoring abilities, strength, speed, hell, he even had milk? Yes, that too. Point is, Erling had everything. All that was missing were major trophies to his name. At first, there were NPCs preying on Haaland's downfall. Will he adapt to the Premier League easily? Can he handle the intensity? He's not gonna get top scorer. Man City was a better club without him. He's not a Pep player. Blah 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 blah. Well, boy, were they wrong. I mean, I said this before, right? Men lie, women lie. Hell, even Pep Guardiola lies too. Why else would bro say something like this back when Sergio Aguero left?
We cannot replace him. We cannot.
Only to replace him was a literal robot. Let's look at the numbers, shall we? 56 games, 54 goals, and 9 assists. All at the age of 22 years old. Erling, come on, dude. You've basically turned the Premier League into a farmer's league, finishing as top scorer with 36 goals and 35 appearances. I wonder what this clown thinks of Haaland now.
Erling Haaland will not live up to the expectation. I am so bored.
Not to mention, my boy Haaland clocked the Golden Boot Award with a record-breaking 36 goals. The most goals scored in a single Premier League campaign. You go, Erling! Not to mention, doing all of that while still effortlessly looking beautiful with such shiny hair. But hey man, that's not to say that Messi isn't beautiful at all, cause he is. And what's even more beautiful are his performances throughout the season. Which brings us to the next point of this Ballon d'Or debate: individual performances. During the World Cup, Messi alongside Mbappe was arguably the best player in the tournament. The way Messi rose from the ashes like a phoenix and recovered his force of nature instincts once again remains unmatched. Leo really ran it back to his glory days and showed class of the highest order. Winning the World Cup has to be one of the best achievements of any player's career, but to do it while simultaneously winning the best player of the tournament award, it's just pure madness. The thing is, Messi was the main reason why Argentina were crowned campeones del mundo. In fact, many doubted there were no other possibilities of Argentina's victory if it weren't for the little magician. In his 7 games played, Messi was instrumental to every victory, and only failing to score in 1 game. And not to mention, Messi's performances in do-or-die matches like the knockout stages must not be undermined. He silenced the Socceroos in the round of 16 with a goal and an assist, embarrassed Gvardiol when he came up against Croatia, dominated the Dutch team with the likes of Van Dijk, Nathan Ake, Dumfries, Depay, and even Verhoost. Yeah man, Wout Verhoost was so humiliated that bro even waited for Messi in the tunnels. Damn man, Messi out here making grown men cry. Now if that is not domination, then I don't know what is. Period. But hey, I guess a really good question is, did Erling Haaland have this type of domination as part of his contention? Well, yes and no. See, the thing is, Manchester City's domination in club football last season was down to Pep Guardiola and the role he gave to his players. Although individual brilliance is amazing and all, Pep prioritizes teamwork above all else. Once his teams get in the habit of playing to each other's strengths, they become totally unstoppable. So I guess it's no surprise Pep had this to say.
You don't like to touch balls? So I love it. So yeah, come coming?
No, seriously. It's no surprise Manchester City went all the way and won the damn treble. Erling Haaland won the UCL Golden Boot, scoring a total of 12 goals. His second UCL Golden Boot at just 22 years old. Don't get me wrong, that is totally impressive and all, like very impressive, but part of being a frontrunner for this precious individual award is, well, individual brilliance. You see, the thing is, unlike Messi, Haaland wasn't the sole standout performer when it came to his club's success. There were major stars everywhere at peak performance, with the likes of John Stones, Ruben Diaz, De Bruyne, Silva, Gundogan, and Rodri. All of these players shined as a collective and caught headline performances, especially towards the end of the season, when it really counted the most. And while Erling Haaland proved himself as Europe's most lethal striker, questions of his character and ability to be an expendable force beyond goal-scoring ability were exposed. Towards the end of the season, and in the most character-defining moments, Haaland was, well, I'll let Katara explain to you.
But when the world needed him most, he vanished.
Haaland failed to score in both Champions League semi-final games as well as the final. Even in the FA Cup final, Haaland failed to register any type of goal involvement in those crucial games. But hey, he may not have had as many clutch performances as Messi, but what I can tell you is that the one thing Haaland is more of than Messi is not silky hair that makes him look like he's been a L'Oreal ambassador his whole life, or a 6'5" body that looks like it's been handpicked by Zeus himself from the mattress store. Okay, all jokes aside, Erling Haaland won more individual awards than Messi this season. Some football fans might say it was a clean sweep when it came to English accolades. Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, Premier League Golden Boot, FWA Footballer of the Year, Etihad Player of the Season, and 2 Premier League Player of the Month awards. Oh, and a UCL Golden Boot. A total of 8 awards compared to Messi's 3. But hey man, don't mess with Messi's prizes. I'm pretty sure the Best Men's Player Award, the World Cup Golden Ball, and the Laureus World Sportsman of the Year are all pretty unique prizes to win. So I don't know man, La Pulga might just win his 8th award, and there's nothing y'all can do about it. Not to mention, Messi also became the top scorer in Europe, breaking Cristiano's record. So yeah, it's been a pretty memorable year. But who are the other candidates? Well, according to Intel, and by Intel I mean the street, streets are saying Rodri and Robert Lewandowski are also in contention. Not to mention my boys Vinny Jr. and Mbappe have also entered the chat. But I don't know man, don't get me wrong, I love Mbappe. Like I really love him. And yeah, sure, he's put up massive numbers this season. 61 games and 40 goals. Not to mention the World Cup he's had. My guy went 120 minutes against Messi and his squad, and he put up a 10 out of 10 performance. And ended up winning the World Cup and the Liga and Golden Boot. Que jugador! He's been immense. But streets have been saying if Mbappe wants to win the Ballon d'Or, then he has to link up with Papa Perez at Real Madrid. Now if that happens, well I for one, I think Mbappe will cook. Until then, bro has to win the Champions League. And that is something Vinny Jr. has done. 22 goals and 20 assists in 52 games. Sheesh, Vinny, you go, king! This season, Vinny proved himself to be one of Europe's most lethal wingers. Shouts have gone as far to say that he's even had a better season than Mbappe himself. Ever since the start of the 2021 to 2022 season, Vinny Jr.'s stocks have been going up like crazy. He's definitely in the conversations of future Ballon d'Or winners, much like Robert Lewandowski. You see, Robert's always been one of the best strikers of all time. Cause there's a reason why bro keeps clocking ratings of 90 and above in FIFA. In fact, I remember a time when FIFA failed to give Robert his flowers. By that, I mean the Ballon d'Or award for 2020. You see, Bayern Munich were on fire. Under Hansi Flick, Robert Lewandowski achieved the sextuple. You know, the Bundesliga, the DFB Pokal, the DFL Super Cup, the Champions League, the Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. All while being top scorer in all of them. But sadly for Robert, Gianni Infantino and the squad decided, nah, no Ballon d'Or award for this year. And this broke Lewandowski's heart. Even Rio Ferdinand had this to say back in 2020. If I'm Robert Lewandowski and they canceled the Ballon d'Or, I'm starting a petition to get it back on. Hey, Rio? You don't think he tried that, huh? Robert Lewandowski even launched a petition that reached over 190,000 signatures, and they still didn't give him the award. I am not surprised Messi was on his side of things during this whole mess.
Quiero también decirle a Robert, creo que te merece tu Balón de Oro. Pudo ser por el tema de la pandemia, pero creo que tenés que tenerlo en tu casa vos.
But hey, Robert will hope to win it soon enough. Lately, he's been a man on a mission, leading the Barcelona resurgence by claiming the Pichichi Trophy, where he scored 23 goals and 7 assists in Barcelona's La Liga winning campaign. What a contribution! And such impressive numbers too! But hey, in this sport, we all know that numbers don't mean anything. Well, they don't mean anything unless you're a stats merchant like my girlfriend. Unlike her, I can appreciate an elite player when I see one. And that player is Rodri. Rodri had a season to remember for real, scoring Manchester City's winning goal in the Champions League final and completing a treble too. Rodri was a boss in midfield and was arguably the best central defensive midfielder in 2023. But will he win the Ballon d'Or, or at least rank in the top 3, like Jorginho did back in 2021? Back then, Jorginho ended the season as a UCL winner. Not only that, he won the Euro 2020 trophy too, which Rodri replicated by winning the Nations League with Spain. So, all in all, 1 UCL, 1 FA Cup, 1 Premier League title, UCL Player of the Season, and the Nations League Player of the Season too. No doubt Rodri will be aiming for the ultimate prize alongside Erling Haaland. And yes, we can't forget that Erling Haaland did in fact miss out on the World Cup. So therefore, his club campaign has made him a top favorite. And as for Messi's campaign with PSG, he put up an easy 32-goal involvement in 32 games played. However, and as we've seen in recent years, the physicality of the Premier League remains unmatched. Many have come and go, while others still struggle to adapt. So the ferocity of Erling to do what he did in his rookie season cannot be understated. Much like Messi with La Albiceleste, and much like the question I'm going to leave you with: who will win the Ballon d'Or 2023? Thanks for watching! Hit that subscribe button right here, and make sure you don't miss out on more videos right here on Kick.